It's Easter weekend. I posted on Twitter yesterday as well that I've just got cabin fever. We've just been stuck in. We were due to go to Oslo this weekend, but that's not happened for some reason or another. Sulking pretty much in the house yesterday, not going out. So I was in the right mood. So I thought I'm not going to stay in a mood like that all day today. So even if it does rain, I'm still going to get out on the bike and go somewhere. So we're not going to let the weather hamper our efforts. We're not going to let that stand in the way of trying to get some quality motorcycle therapy. If the heavens do decide to open, then it gives me a chance to try out the new Richa Warrior Rain suit that I've just bought. Can't get used to this. So the kids for my birthday bought me this, it's like a V-wipe. Goes over your thumb. I keep moaning about not being able to see out my helmet, so they bought me this little V-wipe. It's just a bit of rubber that slots over your thumb, but it's so awkward. Oh, I don't know whether I told you the story about me doing my chain and sprockets. I went on Demon Tweaks and I got them to send me out front sprocket, back sprocket, and a new DID chain. My favourite bloke to watch for doing anything mechanical on this bike is either CJ or Del Boy's Garage. I don't know whether you guys ever watch him. Anyway, I thought I'd have a go at doing these sprockets and the chain. Bought a chain braking tool that was about £30 I think for that chain braking tool. So I broke the existing chain, took the back wheel off, replaced the rear sprocket, and then it comes to the front sprocket, and that's where I was a little bit hesitant, shall we say. The good thing about Facebook now is that you can have an owners club set up like a group page and everybody joins that page. So I'm in the GSX 650 and GSX 1250 forum. So I posted on there that I was about to undertake this, but I didn't have a Haynes manual. So I have got a service guide that came with the bike, but it doesn't really detail stuff like Haynes would. Anyway, a couple of fellas on the Facebook page, they sent me pictures of the Haynes manual. How good's that? So I'm using them pictures on my phone and a detailed step-by-step guide off my phone. Anyway, took the front cover off the sprocket housing, easy done. Took the front sprocket off, yeah. Took the gear linkage rod off. Then it's time to put everything back together. Put the gear linkage rod back on, and I'm looking at the instructions on the Haynes manual, and it said, before you take the gear linkage off, mark the position of the foot lever and the gear rod. Okay? Did say that before taking off. I'd not read that step. So I put the gear linkage rod back on, put everything back together. I didn't put the housing back on, I just left that off a little bit. Went to start it up, put the kickstand up, stalled the bike. Right, okay. So I put it in neutral and I'm flicking through the gears, and every time I put it in the first gear, even with the kickstand up, the bike would stall. So I'm like, oh no, what's going on here? So I'm thinking it's something to do with the clutch. What I'd done was I'd put the gear linkage rod back on in a different position. It was supposed to be sort of at this angle, and instead I put it at that angle or something similar. It was that angle and I put it at that angle. Anyway, what I'd done was I'd dropped it into gear whilst it was in the wrong angle. So my theory was that I'd messed up the gearing somehow. So go back out there, fresh, bright and breezy in the morning, take it all apart, put the gear rod back into where it's supposed to go, and the gears just slotted in straight away, no props. And I was like, oh, it was like angels from above going, oh. It was like, oh, a sense of relief after it all worked. So I've done everything else right, it was just that putting the final thing back together. And you know, these things are your pride and joy, and you rely on them to keep you safe, don't you, when you're out on the road. So the last thing you want is doubt in your mind that you've just done something really wrong on the bike. Yeah, I managed it. Super happy. Fitted chain and sprockets all by myself. First time I'd ever done it. So yeah, super happy. Yeah, top tip people, if you're going to attempt something like that, always take photos with your phone, I mean, of every stage. Like a bear with a sore head. Just so moody. Untrue. Look at this. Beautiful. The coast down here. Yeah, it's gorgeous. I think there's a little lay-by, little picnic place up here. Look at that for a view. This country never ceases to amaze me. When you get a day like this, and you're going from like snowy, white-topped mountains, lakes, fjords, and then you've got a beautiful road like this following the coast. Just never ceases to amaze me, this place. Missed the legs a little bit. Bought this off Amazon. Hoping that it works. They're supposed to light up. There you go, look. A hoard of silver was found by Peter Lauritz Larsen Hoare in 1894. A trove of silver coins was concealed. There's all like Viking stuff like that. What a good little road. And what an amazing day.